Hi everyone. So I decided to do this live because I will start to do weekly meditations. It's one of the things that my guides, my celestial team, they've been telling me to start to do this. And also, you guys have been asking for it. So I want to say thank you because you guys have been so amazing at replying and at sharing your thoughts and really connecting with the community, with me. And I think in this, especially these times, we definitely need to be more integrated. We have to be together. So I just want to talk about what exactly are the type of meditations that I do, because I feel that I haven't seen anything like this, at least from my end. Maybe there has been, but I haven't seen anything like this on my end. And also, there is something that I call AMP meditations, and that is also slightly different because it has to do with the type of energy that we work when we go into these meditations. So AMP meditation for me is more like an active meditation. It's not meant to be just relaxing and good and just like, oh, I'm just gonna kill my anxiety here, everything is like super smooth. It's actually, yeah, like it is meant for you to feel calm, but in a very different way. It's more of like making you feel more empowered. It's to reconnect with your true source, to reconnect with the warrior that is within you, to empower yourself, to activate all of those skills that you have, and even to heal any process that you might be going through at the moment, something that is from your past life, something that is from your childhood. Anything that comes up, it's for you to look at it and just like grab it and transform and transmute that, so this type of meditation is not meant for you to just relax and be there. It's just to be very, very active. So I take you on a journey. So it's kind of like a I like to call it like a story. And it's almost like we start, with the intentions. And then after the intentions, we go into this story and this journey, which is your journey, right? So I take you on this journey, and then you go into it yourself. Then you start to adjust the energy. Then if you have to do any healing, you do the healing. Then, that's being transmuted. Then you continue. Then you are grounded, heart center, sun center. That's how I like to call it, the sun center, because I would love for you guys to visualize a huge ball of, diamond energy, white energy, any type of color that you resonate with, because at the end of the day, that's part of like your rays, and it's part of the rays of the colors. It is associated with your DNA code activation. So whatever you want to work around that, and then you will start to synchronize and activate certain areas that probably were asleep before, or that you forgot about it, or maybe you never knew about them, and now you're just getting all of that activated. Why this is important? Because I want to talk about meditations in terms of the fifth dimensional consciousness and in terms of the quantum level. So it is true that what happens in the quantum level, if we want to talk about quantum physics, if we want to speak about the atoms, and if we talk about how they work and how we manifest energy from a single proton, from a single atom, and how that emanates and shifts our energies, and then our particles, and then our molecules, and it's almost like a ripple effect. And as it is going from this single atom, it goes outward, right? And so it starts to create this torus field from that little atom right there. It starts to create this ripple effect through all of your entire body, and it goes like boom, 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 and it starts to create even your magnetic field, and then everything shifts around you. So the reason why I'm saying this is because this is not something that I'm making up. This is not a hypothesis or something that I think it works this way. this is actually, there are peer reviews, there are organizations and scientists that already talk about this. And what I love is that since 2015, we start to see scientists that are getting or tapping more into the spiritual science of things. So this is something that you can definitely look up in other channels, in other portals, because they're starting to talk more about this, and this is very exciting. So the reason why I'm bringing this up is because when you have that understanding and that mindset, then it is easier for you to understand how you can shift your energy. And once you shift your energy, it's almost like you are shifting all of the energies and everything that is around you. So the more that we connect with this type of shift, the more that we recreate and co-create, actually, I want to say, the more that we co-create and reprogram all of these energies, that especially with the density and all of the things that are happening right now, the more that we balance that, the easier that is going to be for us, and the better that is going to be for those who are still asleep, for those who don't understand this on the same level that we understand. And when I say we, I mean, light workers, starseeds, like you name it, all of you guys that have been in the spiritual world for quite a while, even those of you who are just starting, to wake up, and you just starting with this process. That just means that you are in this fifth dimensional consciousness. And so when we understand how all of this energy works, then we start to see how the etheric field works in our favor. And when I say this is, the etheric field is, it's a hologram, and it is there, it is active, it is, perhaps we don't see it on a physical, but it is tangible and we can feel it, right? So that's how energy is so powerful. And when we go into this type of meditations, we definitely work on the etheric level. We work in the multidimensional level. And this is very, very critical and important, because visualizations is literally intentions. So we are creating a very important intention right there. So we create that intention right there at that moment. And then after we create the intention, it's almost like you start going into this journey, and you start to, I can definitely guide you and give you some, tools here and there, but you're the only one that is going to be able to visualize or imagine or have these thoughts that come forward from your own experience. And that's the beauty of this. Now, also another thing that is extremely critical is that these type of meditations, it's meant to be done with people, or at least right now I only know myself, because I am able, and I've already done this. I've been doing this for about 2 years, and 1 year I've been doing it with groups of at least 6 people, where I can feel the energy. Even if we are remote, I can sense the energy, I can feel the energy when someone is going through doubt, when someone is going through a weird feeling. And that's the beauty of having this shift of energies. That's the beauty of having, the right person to do this, because they can definitely come forward and just shift and help you to co-create this new experience. That being said, who do I work with? I work with the celestial team. Who is your celestial team, Alejandra? Well, I work with all of the archangels. I work with stellar brothers from the light. I work with all of the light beings that you can imagine, but also I definitely ask for people to call upon your guides, to call upon your light team, because that's what we want. We want you to reconnect and connect with your people, with your team, with all of those who are being, there have been there for you all the time, to just co-create all of these amazing energies. Now, one of the things that I also want to say is that probably these type of meditations are might be a little bit weird in terms of the type of music that probably I will play. I always pick and choose the type of music that I want to use, and there's a reason for that as well. It is meant to take you on that journey. So remember, it's an amp meditation, so it's to keep you upbeat, amp. If you do not resonate with this, it's completely fine. What I do suggest is that at least we start to create a habit to do these type of meditations where we create a huge amount of intention for the world, for yourself. This is meant for all of my light warriors as well, all of you who are out there. Please, let's connect and let's shift what is happening right now. We know that this is a time of change. We know that this is part of the divine plan. We know that when all of these little things here and there happened, we know that it is meant to be this way because it's kind of like what the collective requested. But there's a reason why we are also here. There's a reason why we're also with this mindset of the fifth dimensional mindset, because we are bringing this consciousness into physicality. And for those who do not understand 100% the fifth dimensional consciousness, which is unity consciousness, heart consciousness, grounded, it's really looking into all of us as equal and part of that energy source. When we for those that don't have this understanding, perhaps you are the one that is going to guide them, and you know, it's part of our mission. That's why we came here, to guide those who are living within that fear and to help them to get out of that place of fear, of doubts or frustration, because that's ultimately what, let's just say, you know, this negative agenda, sometimes they just wish for everyone to be weakened, and we don't want that. When you are connected to source, you are so strong. And another thing too is the type of the food that you have. So the more healthier that you eat, the more stronger that you are. So think about it. Now that we're all in quarantine, now we all have to make our own food, and then, you know, you don't have to go outside and just like eat whatever, you know, kind of junk food that is out there. So it's almost like an amazing opportunity for us to connect, but it is also not only an opportunity, but it's also our duty. It almost feels this way, that is our duty to reconnect, to anchor the light, and to start activating and bringing forward all of these skills, all of these tools that we have in order to complete our mission on Earth. Okay, so that being said, I'm going to do our first meditation tomorrow, Friday, March, I forgot what day was tomorrow. I think it's, let me see. So tomorrow, okay, so March 20. Lately, I've been getting so much, there's a lot of synchronizations with the number 2. Very interesting. But, so yeah, so if that's, I'm going to do the first meditation tomorrow at 1 p.m. Actually, let's do it at 2 p.m. since I'm getting a lot of 2s lately. So let's do it at 2 p.m. Eastern time. I'm going to post more about it. I'm going to leave information on my social media pages. And I'm going to do it probably either here or I might do it on Facebook. I'm not sure, so whatever feels more comfortable for me, I'll let you know. And also I will definitely post that, okay? And one last thing is, I'm starting tomorrow, but moving forward, we are going to do it every Thursday. The reason being, it's because when we connect energetically, it takes about 3 days to bring forward this energy and to integrate not only in our field, but also in the masses. So if we want to do healing work and energy for Earth as well, it is better to always do it at least few days prior to when the week starts, because usually every single week it's almost like we go on reset mode in terms of the energy that is in the collective. So I kind of want to take advantage of that, because I want to make sure that we are able to integrate prior to any situation that happens a little bit after. So I also got a question in terms of channeling or, you know, getting information from my guides. When I do my meditations, I do get information from my guides, and what I like to do is bring forward whatever they provide, whatever information I get. I just like to bring that forward. So every meditation is going to be different. If there might be some similarities, that's just because that's just how the meditation is going to go. I never take notes on what I'm going to say. I just go and flow with whatever the energy, as an intuitive energy person that I am. I just bring that forward, and yeah, and so the magic happens. So thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you so much for all of your questions, for the support. I know that it's such a very interesting time. I am actually extremely excited for all of the unfoldings. I know that many of you have been into fear. You have sent me so many messages about it, and all I want to say is, please connect with your source. Don't believe everything that is out there. And if you do, or if you think that something is going on, always ask the question behind the question, because sometimes things are not exactly what people see, because the media is one layer, and they're just going to tell you whatever they want the people to hear and to believe. So there's always back end stories that we don't know. And so those are the layers that we want to get into. And at least the best that we can do is to reconnect and to bring more of this, of our energy, because we are so powerful. And this is a time that, we have always talked about being empowered. We have always talked about how powerful we are. We have always talked about like, oh yes, I got this, I know this, I understand quantum physics. Oh yeah, sure. Like I know all this stuff and I know how it works. I just don't get it. So, okay, if you know, and if you have been working through all of these years about this, so let's get, all those tools and let's start to work on it, and let's go. We got this. Let's do it for Earth. Let's do it for us, because that's ultimately what we came here to do. Don't go into the victimization mode. Be practical. It is time, and let's move on. Okay, let's move forward and let's do it. So thank you so much. Many blessings, and I'll see you tomorrow. Okay, 2 p.m. Bye.